new single on our show, and our listeners have been absolutely loving it. So congratulations!
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I'm bloody stoked that you like it because I like it, so it's cool.
It is such an awesome track. Like, where did you guys come up with the idea for the track, and also the catchiness of it? Like, even our breakfast show is loving playing it.
Wicked, dead for the weekend for breakfast. That's what you want. You just want to be dead for breakfast all the time. So with most of the songs that we do, I sort of go into my sort of little room in my house, and I'm sort of like, how am I feeling about everything? And I'll sort of come up with a demo to take to the band. And with this one, I was just like, I'd just gotten off the phone to my mum, and she was like, in my brain, I just had this vivid memory of her being like, "Now, don't do anything stupid, or you'll be dead for the weekend." And I was like, that's such an interesting concept that, as a smaller boy, I obviously didn't care as much and went and did some very silly things. And it's only now that I'm sort of respecting what my mum was saying and being like, "Don't be silly, you'll be dead for the weekend." So I wanted to write something that was like a complete polar opposite of what the lyrics were. So I was like, what does a rowdy night out at the pub sound like, where you black out, you don't remember anything? And then I was like, hang on, how do I make that, subvert it, and have like, don't call me up because I'm dead for the weekend. Don't bother me because I'm trying to look after myself, but in the most rowdy way possible. It's like self-care, but on like steroids.
Yeah. So how did the rest of the band take it when you brought this song to the table? Because to me, this track has hit written all over it.
Thank you, man. Wow. So we come off Mr. Prime Minister, and we were like, yep, that was, because we sort of practiced the songs in sort of sets of 3 or 4. And I was like, Mr. Prime Minister was cool, but we've got to top it. So instead of trying to go more poppy, and like you said before, the catchiness of the song, my whole thing, and the band's whole thing, and our producer's whole thing, is trying to hide pop songs in punk songs.
Yep.
Which I just think is just such a cool little gimmick. And we were just trying to hide, essentially, a spaghetti western guitar riff that would go with, like, a country pop song, kinda, in a punk song mixed with the repetitiveness of the lyrics. So when I took it to the band with the, they were like, yeah, man, this feels like anthemic. It feels like a whole room's going to be moving. And my drummer was actually like, hey, that needs a hook over the top of it. That needs like a pop hook over the top of it to sort of just build it. And so they basically jumped on it and were like, we can do this, let's make the guitar a little bit heavier, let's pump the drums up, let's make it faster, which is my favorite thing about the process, because I can like take them a demo that I've just sort of made with like programmed drums or whatever, and they just turn it into this different being, like into this whole different animal.
Yeah.
So yeah, they were all over it. I think it's a fun song. It is just a fun song.
It definitely is, and it's one of those songs that you start singing along to as well whenever you hear it. I've got to ask, what music did you grow up listening to? Because one of the things I love about your sound is it's got that 70s, 80s punk sound in there, but it's also mixed in with modern day punk as well.
Thank you, man. So, well, it's weird. I had a bit of an odd musical upbringing. Like, my dad was well into the Police, Midnight Oil, and I sort of got introduced to those sort of bands, like not as sort of heavy. But then I discovered Slipknot, and I discovered like the Ramones and those sort of bands quite early. And I listened to them and was just like, this is really cool. And then my dad put me onto the band that The Dirt is about. This is really embarrassing because I've had a mind blank on their name. Oh my God, Motley Crue.
Yep.
And I was just like, yes, the guitar parts in this are mental. And so I would listen to those. And then growing up, I got really into more modern, sort of punk. Like Bring Me the Horizon are one of my favorite bands. I obviously take a lot of inspiration from people like Youngblood and Grandson, who's my favorite act at the moment. And I just try to mush them together. But I'm also well into stuff like Katy Perry and Jessica Mauboy.
Yeah.
Like, I love Burn by Jessica Mauboy, and it's just my favorite song, unapologetically. So I try to take the poppy elements of that and mix it with like a grungier sound. And yeah, I've had people be like, oh, it sounds like that Ramones song, that one Ramones song that we know. And I was like, yeah, hey, let's go. Yeah. So that's the vibe. That's the vibe that we got.
I think you've got a great philosophy there, because my dad always, when I was growing up and getting into music, my dad always said to me, there's great music in every genre, you just have to find it. And as a result, I've got, my collection is everything from metal through to classical, pop, everything, so.
And that's what I love about music, not to get all soppy on you, but that's what I love about music. Like, you can find, like, hey, okay, you don't like country music, but there are some brilliant country songs that I think translate really well through their genre.
Definitely.
And yeah, that's why I'm trying to, like, if I want to write a folk song and then be like, let's make it a bit punkier, I'll do it. Like, I'm not trying to be restricted by what is and what isn't punk rock, or what is and what isn't pop music.
So, a lot of people are falling in love with this track. Where to next for you guys? What are your plans for 2021 now that everything seems to be opening back up a little bit?
Oh, mate, we've got. My brain is like constant freight trains going through it with like information and ideas. But we're planning on. So we've got Dead for the Weekend out. We've got Mr. Prime Minister out, and we've got super sneaky. We do have plans for another single at some point, and we want to go in a little bit of a different direction, but I think everyone will still dig it. So we're thinking about another single, and you know, you get the question of, when do you guys play live? I want to see you live, and we're going to do that. We're going to do it properly, and when it happens, you will know, and they'll know. You'll hear it. You'll know.
Definitely. Well, mate, we are really, really excited about being able to see you play live. We're really excited, too, to hear new music from you guys. I've already bookmarked that I want to hear an EP or an album from you guys sometime soon.
Oh, you may get your wish. Definitely will get your wish.
Well, Rory, I think it's time to take another listen to Dead for the Weekend on our show now. So is there anything you would like to say to our listeners out there before they take another listen to this track that's going to have them singing along?
I would like to say thank you to everyone that's listened to it. You're all bloody gems, and I love you all. And look after yourselves, because that's what it's all about. Party responsibly.
Awesome, mate. Thank you so much for chatting to us, and hopefully we get you back on the program soon to talk about a tour or something more.
Yeah. Let's do it.
All right, mate. I'll let you go. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
Bye, man.
Bye, mate. Bye.